Well, hi, good afternoon. I hope you're all well. Congratulations to the boxing over the weekend, the boxers over the weekend. Very good, well done. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cliff Graves and I am head coach of II Crew England. What we do here, and I'm speaking to the people that don't know me, is these broadcasts are not rehearsed. They are very ad hoc. Like I suppose when the boxers do their press conferences, they might have questions that they have an idea of, maybe, I don't know. But take it from me, this is as live as what you'll get it. Unrehearsed, unscripted, I just speak from my heart. So, anything could happen, which as long as it's positive, that's okay. But Juggernaut could come flying out from the air, which we hope it doesn't. You get what I mean? So, very ad hoc, unrehearsed. Today's broadcast is entitled The Deadly Deltoid Routine. Now, you might be hearing, oh, come on, these are just going round and round and round, and, not really telling us anything new. The thing with deltoids is people make massive mistakes. They think that the deltoid muscle is the shoulder muscles. What the deltoid muscle is, it formulates part of the shoulder muscles, the shoulder complex, the shoulder girdle. That ties in along with your trapezius, your rhomboids, your rotator cuff, all those muscles. But 95% of people train them wrong. The fastest moving joint in the body and mobile joint is the shoulder. The ball and socket joint fits in to the glenoid fossa, which is attached to your shoulder blades, your scapula. You want to think of it like a golf ball sitting on top of a golfing tee. It's a very mobile, fast moving joint, as I just said. Look at the boxers, how fast they can throw their punches and combinations. That said, it's a very unstable joint and very prone to injury if you do stupid things with it. So, we have to train intelligently. It is no good trying to train the deltoids into compound movements such as clean and jerks and snatches and all that. They do work, the deltoids, but if you really want to train the deltoids to become stronger, then you've got to isolate them. And that's the only way of doing it. So, what am I saying to you? Where am I going with all of this? You've got to train the deltoids for endurance. It's just no good trying to train deltoids for strength. Now that said, you get strength endurance, but you're just not going to get this, you're just not going to get the other muscle groups, whatever compound movement you're doing, take over. If you're picking something up from the ground, a big heavy sack or something, or a barrel or whatever, the shoulder joint, the deltoids are there stabilising the humerus within the glenoid fossa. But it's your big back muscles, your latissimus dorsi, your biceps, your leg muscles, that bear most of the weight. You're picking up a heavy keg. I used to be a drayman. When I was picking up a heavy keg, it would be my legs, it would be my back, that would be bearing 90% of the weight. Okay? The deltoids are there to stabilise the humerus. The deltoids are a very, very, very important muscle group. Because if you pull a deltoid tendon, ligament, that's it. You won't be able to move the shoulder girdle. The shoulder girdle movement will be compromised. So you can forget about doing things like punches and left hooks and right hooks. You might be saying, how do I know all of this? Because I've been a personal trainer and because I broke my left shoulder a few years ago. And I couldn't even go and make myself a cup of coffee, and we keep our sugar just above, in a cupboard. I couldn't even get down, if I needed to fill the sugar bowl up again, a sugar bag. That was how weak, and that was the restricted movement that I had, and it was all down to the fact that because of the breakage, I'd torn some very intricate shoulder ligaments. It meant I couldn't do anything. It was terrible. Even trying to move my arm across my body was limited to about 1 to 2 inches. I could not move it out like to the side at all. But via physiotherapy and rest and all other massage and that type of thing, it recovered. But we're getting to the meat and potatoes of this little talk, because we're all friends and I just chat to you naturally. You've got to train the deltoids, right, for endurance. So how do you do that? How do you train specifically the deltoids? Now I'm going to tell you how to do it. You want to work the deltoids into a circuit. Okay, and that means you want about 3 to 4 exercises. Okay, a mini circuit. So, the first exercise that we recommend, if you've got a pen and paper, Ready? Jot this one down. Do an internet search and you'll see it. I don't want to waste time and bore you about trying to describe how to do an exercise. Just get your pen and paper ready. Write it down. Google it. And then go ahead and try it. So the first exercise that I recommend is Larry Scott raises. Larry Scott overhead raises. Okay, and do that for 60 seconds. Pick up a couple of very light dumbbells, and I mean very light dumbbells, and do this exercise strictly as this guy Larry Scott advocates. So Larry Scott overhead presses, overhead raises, overhead presses. You'll see it when you put in. If you put in to the Google search engine, Larry Scott shoulder, Larry Scott deltoid routine, you should be able to find it there on YouTube and Google. Okay. So, first one, 60 seconds. The second one, we want you to do a seated Arnold front raise. Alternate front raises. Again, Google Arnold front raises. Seated Arnold front raises, and I'll show you how to do it. 60 seconds again. The next exercise that we want you to do is, if you've got access to an inclined bench, incline it to about 45 degrees. If you haven't, just bend over from the torso to about 45 degrees. And we want you to do dumbbell rear lateral raises. Okay? Again, 60 seconds. You will be beginning now to feel the burn. I tell you, you really will. You've been going for 3 minutes. But we don't stop there. But what we want you to do next is what is described as side lateral swings. Okay? But let me just tell you where you can find this on the internet. If you put into the Google search engine shoulder training by Mountain Dog, shoulder training by Mountain Dog, it will bring up a guy called John Meadows, who advocates this exercise, which is known as side lateral swings. Basically, that is, you're standing up, you've got on this one a heavy, I'll explain it to you in a minute, you've got a heavy second pair of dumbbells, kettlebells or whatever, and you just swing from the side. You'll see it again. If you Google it, you'll see it, and you do that for 60 seconds. So, just to recap, for the Larry Scott raises, sorry I keep saying raises now, but for the Larry Scott presses, 60 seconds. Straight in without any rest for the Arnold alternate front raises, 60 seconds. Straight in without any rest. If you've got an incline bench, fantastic. If you haven't, the 45 degree rear lateral raises. Okay, all these should be done with an extremely light pair of dumbbells, and I mean light. From there, without any rest, you then pick up 2 heavy, and I mean heavy as you can handle, dumbbells, and then you perform side lateral swings. Okay, 60 seconds each exercise. You repeat that without any breaks four times, and that will bring you up to a 16-minute workout. Now the thing here with these is leave your ego at the door. I did this workout with just a couple of dumbbells. They're the weighted ones, they're the Olympic type dumbbells, so they're about 8 kilograms, 8-9 kilograms, I think. And that was it. I didn't put any weight on it at all. And the side lateral swings were a couple of kettlebells, which were the 24 kilogram kettlebells. And all I can tell you is it is freaking hard. Really, 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 really hard. You're working with deltoid muscle out for endurance. Now else, nothing else. You don't want your traps, your trapezius to take over the muscle, so don't hike your shoulders up. You'll see it in the demos if you Google them, like I've told you to. You don't want the triceps to come into play here. This is pure deltoid, deadly deltoid training. And it will keep your deltoids strong. It will keep your deltoid muscles safe. And that's what you want. Just 1 second, please. Hello, Cliff.nigel. Yeah, just 1 second, please. I'm just finishing something off. Can I call you back in about 5 minutes, please? Bye for now. Bye. Well, there you are, friends. Now I could edit that out, but I'm not going to. This is how it is, as natural as it comes. Okay. So as I was saying to you, you want to go for the burn on these. You know, the side lateral swings with the heavy kettlebells or dumbbells or whatever, in contrast to the other 3 exercises, which are going to be a light, very, very, very much lighter dumbbells. There'll be hardly any movement at all. But what I'm saying to you is Google it. Okay, Google the exercises that I've suggested and have a go at it. Okay. If you want any further information, you've got any questions, then you can contact me, and my email address is theboss@iicrewengland.com. Okay, so try this workout and let me know how you get on with it. Okay, so speak to you again soon. Cliff from II Crew England. Ciao for now.